Good morning, everyone. If I could please have your attention, I know you're all still getting settled, but I wanted to cover a few logistical pieces before we get started today. My name is Abigail Egan, and I am the Director of Stroke Systems of Care here with the American Heart Association, and I'm thrilled to welcome you all to our 12th annual summit, so thank you for being here today. A few things to cover before we get started. So if you can please remember to silence your cell phones. We're glad you can all be here, so we'd like you to enjoy the time. If you have questions throughout our morning session, you'll notice that there are a number of microphones set up throughout the room. We are going to be recording a couple of these sessions so that folks who could not attend today are able to go back and view the sessions later so that we can clearly hear your questions. Just please remember to speak into the microphones. I promise they won't bite you or anything, and we would love to hear your questions. Last but not least, before we meet our chairs, I wanted to give you a little bit of a history because they're going to be making quite a splash as they come in here today. So NECC has always taken place around Halloween. So several years ago, our chairs started the tradition of dressing in Halloween costumes. So in just a few moments, you are going to meet our chairs. And if you would all please join me in applauding, we would like to meet our chairs right now.
Do 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 do. Hello. I'm a friendly shark. Not. Welcome to the Northeast Cerebral Vascular Consortium, 12th annual summit, 12th year. I'm Steve Levine and chair of NECC this year. And if you're wondering about these costumes, you can turn to page 31 of your program and look at the history of the costumes and the fact that we have a stroke tank with Pitch It to the Sharks is the basis for our costumes this year. I've been involved with NECC and its leadership for the past couple of years, and about 12 years ago, Lee Schwam from Harvard had this concept of putting together a regional cerebral vascular consortium of the Northeast to really work on getting people together, stakeholders together, to really address stroke systems of care and care continuum, so dealing with acute, prevention, and recovery and rehabilitation. And I'm really thrilled that we really have put together what I think I've been calling a little mini ISC because of the level of quality of stroke folks involved in the organization and the providing of science and discussion here over the next 2 days. So I think you'll see that we're going to be carrying out our original mission of stroke systems of care, addressing in various sections of the program acute care, preventive care, and recovery and rehabilitation. So we hope you take the time to enjoy the various aspects of the program and the posters and really network and meet and discuss with people to try to improve and impact on stroke systems of care. So as this year's title of the summit about triage and treatment, we're going to be talking about specific aspects of triage, especially a very hot topic of triaging large vessel occlusive stroke in the field and treatment and how it all ties together. So we really hope that you will stay until midday tomorrow, till the stroke tank, so that you'll be able to both hear how people will pitch their ideas for enhancing their research programs that are already funded, and also to participate in the voting of who should get funded, because the audience will be very actively involved in that decision-making process. And we'll have sharks that will be sitting up here, choosing who will be the folks to get the additional funding that will really help relate to advancing the field of endovascular care and triaging those patients most appropriate to get quick endovascular care. I've been involved with NECC for a bunch of years since I moved to New York, and I can tell you that this is a very upward-bound, growing regional consortium. Every year we get more and more people. It's extremely well attended, and we have a whole bunch. Pretty much everybody who's speaking today is a top-tier person within the stroke field, within their niche, and we're very pleased that everybody that we've asked to come speak has agreed to come speak with us. So every year we transition, sort of like transitions of care, transitions of leadership. So we're going to say goodbye to one of our favorite sharks over here, Chaz Weir from Yale, who's been part of the leadership for the past 3 years, and hopefully you'll all give him a nice round of applause for his efforts. Very good. He's also a very friendly shark. And then to his right, Dr. Brian Silver from UMass Memorial Medical Center and University of Massachusetts Medical Center in Worcester will be assuming the role of chair for the upcoming 2017-2018 year. Brian? And not on stage, but to begin his 3-year tenure, so we thought he would have enough torture over the next 3 years to not have him get up in public in a shark suit, is Dr. Jeremy Cushman, who is going to be our incoming vice chair, and he's an associate professor of emergency medicine and chief of the division of pre-hospital medicine at the University of Rochester in New York. He is also the EMC medical director for the Monroe-Livingston region of New York State, and we're excited to have him join the team to help further our reach with our EMS colleagues and the importance of pre-hospital care for stroke that's going to take a bigger and bigger part of stroke care in the future. This year, we're pleased to announce that we have over 400 attendees at this meeting, so it's our record, and it's very, very exciting. The Planning Committee has dedicated hours of their time to develop and refine the annual summit and the program and the talks and the layout of the program. So a complete list of everybody who was involved is in the program booklet. And I want to extend, and from the behalf of the other portions of leadership, to each and every one of them, a very special thank you, and also to the American Stroke Association for staffing this summit and keeping us going all year long. So a special round of applause for Zainab and Sue and all the folks from the AHA who've really put this together. It's been great. Also, this year, we've been very fortunate to receive support from the Margaret Halden Fund at the Connecticut Community Foundation, as well as educational grants from Stryker Neurovascular and Codman Neural. As well, we'd like to appreciate the support of our exhibitors who participated this year in helping to put together NECC. And as you'll see on the slides, we have the marketing sponsor with Genentech, the Platinum exhibitor, Health South Rehabilitations Hospital, the Gold exhibitor, Genentech, Silver exhibitors, CSL Behring Biopharmaceuticals, Medtronic, Samsung, Neurologica, and then a list of the bronze exhibitors are also on the slides for you to see. Hopefully you've all received an exhibitor passport card with your registration materials, and visiting our exhibitors will give you some valuable information and also a chance to win free registration for next year's summit. For the second year in a row, we will be using an event app called Bizzabo, sponsored by Genentech, and you can use the app for various things. You can view speaker PowerPoint presentations on it, view a map of the Newport Marriott to make sure you know where your sessions are, and avoid the sharks wherever you might see them throughout the day. Browse the agenda, read the full speaker bios, connect with other participants, and it's also available from your computer, your tablet, or your smartphone. So I'm going to turn over the program to our NECC staff, leadership director and associate director, Abigail Egan and Kaylee Newell, who are going to take us through some of the warm-up exercises on how to use this device and other administrative necessities. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. So I'm not actually going to make you exercise this morning. We're going to go through a couple poll everywhere exercises. So as you all checked in, you should have hopefully stopped by the poll everywhere session or section. We're going to do a couple practice questions. So just to review, poll everywhere is the audience response system that we're going to be using. So it allows us to get real-time answers during some of our presentations, and it will also be used later in the summit on Friday at our stroke tank event. So if you plan on sticking around for our stroke tank event, which we hope you do, poll everywhere will become a critical portion of the voting process for that. So while we are going through these questions, if you, for any reason, have issues with your poll everywhere response system or you are unsure how to use it, what I would ask is that you please raise your hand and keep your hand in the air until one of our staff members have assisted you. Kaylee's going to play air traffic controller, so she's going to make sure that everyone is assisted. So please just keep your hand in the air until we see you. So, in order to get started with Poll Everywhere, you first need to join the group. In order to join the group, you will text STROKE to 22333. By texting STROKE to that number, you'll automatically be entered into the Poll Everywhere response group for our summit Thursday and Friday. We're going to do 2 practice questions. So, our first practice question will be whether or not you've attended a NECC summit before. So on here you can see that 2 people have already replied. So what you will do is you're going to text A, B, C, or D as it corresponds with your response to the 22333 number. And we'll give you a couple moments to reply, and we'll see how many new people and how many returning attendees we have. Okay, it sounds like we've had a chance to reply to our first test question. So it looks as though we have quite a few first-time attendees, so welcome to all of you. We hope you enjoy your first summit. To those of you that have been to them all, that's very impressive. I have not been to them all. We're going to move into our second question. So again, we'll do the same process. This one is, which state are you from? So pick A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or H, and we'll see what kind of representation we have across our region. Okay, that looked like a tight race for a little while, but our New Yorkers squeaked out with the win. We have 23% of you are from New York. We have Connecticut, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island, though. It was a well-fought fight. So at this point, if anyone does not have any questions with Poll Everywhere, if at any point you do have questions throughout the day, please feel free to ask an American Heart Association staff member. We would be happy to help you. But at this point, I'll ask Steve to come back up, and he will bring us into our first session. Thank you.